Hello, and welcome to Tuesday, the 7th of July. What do I feel like? Oh, yes, Neptune. Why do I feel? That is going to be your catchphrase for today. Why do I feel? All right, we're all going to be like fully in the feels and in your head as well. Oh my God, this is. So the moon is currently in Aries. It went into Aries this morning at 1:07 a.m. And I tell ya, I'm not enjoying this Mars in Gemini at all. Um, I mean, look, I've got the heads up, I guess, because I'm aware of it and I'm trying to do things to actively shift the energy in a different way. All right, so frustration. Just like last night, I went to bed early. I read. I turned the devices off. Had magnesium. I did all the fucking things, and it was like this all night. Dum da dum da dum. Just laying there. So I don't know about you, but I remember 11 o'clock, and then the moon went into Aries at 1. So again, active mental state. Good morning, Daniel. Good morning, Barbara. How are you? Mwah, mwah, Daniel. Oh my God, big hugs, my love. All right, so you've made my day now, Dan. Look, you put a smile on my face. Good morning, Sean. Good morning, Helen. All right. See, it doesn't take much to make me happy. All right, let's look at the moon today. Actually, let's read the words. All right. Oh, so you had a bad sleep too, yeah. And it's not that I feel terrible now. I was just awake. And again, mentally, I'm like, "Urgh." So I am going to go and train this morning so I can shift the energy in a different way. But again, yesterday I was just frustrated. Good morning, Christy. Oh my God, how did you go with the high rocks? I hope you went well. Okay, all right. Okay. So, do you have a sense of deja vu? All right. It's like you're standing at a door and you're ready to knock, but you already know what's going to happen. Consider this time a second chance at getting it right, or whatever it is that you are revisiting. All right. So, consider this second chance. And the only reason why I say deja vu is because been here, done that, like you're probably revisiting something. All right, excuse me. Those old narratives have been blown away with that Mars Uranus conjunction. I hope that you did get that sudden strike of inspiration or awareness that's helped you channel your thoughts. Like I said, I'm aware that this is what's going on. I'm Mars ruled. I have a strong Mars. The moon's in Aries, Mars ruled. So if you are frustrated, try and take it out physically with something. All right. So taking the first step and knowing what you are already going to, knowing what the outcome will already be. Oh my God. And now, in addition to Mercury retrograde and Neptune completely stationary, the moon is conjunct Neptune at 9 a.m. So I feel like it's going to be one of those mornings where you're like, what am I doing? Where did I put my keys? So that's at 9 a.m. However, at 10 a.m., we do get the moon starting a sextile to Pluto. So there is an opportunity. Pluto is the underworld and clarity and, transmutation. And, that in Aquarius, it's that, what do we need to change so that we have that sense of freedom? Um, it is a very powerful planet. So hopefully that energy to start getting the ball rolling and the job done will at least start at 10 if you are struggling at 9. All right. So now at 12 o'clock, there is the moon in Aries sextile Mars in Mars in Gemini. Oh my God, I've just been saying it like 10 times. So there's another one that you might get a little bit of a kick in the butt mentally to start the ball rolling. All right. So again, if doing the actions, but you're just slow and you're like, all right, I'm going to get started. All right. My things might really kick in by midday. I have a lot of those mornings. Oh, I'm just going with the flow, Karen. There's not much I can do about it. I mean, like I said, I can do things about it, but you can't like force the planets to move faster. All right. Now, after 10 o'clock, so this is why I'm saying after 10, things will more than likely get moving, is because the moon will start a conjunction with Saturn at 10 o'clock. All right, so by the time we get to that 12, where that exact sextile to Mars is active, the job will get started. And again, like if we're dreaming into the morning, we know what the end result needs to look like. So we're on a bit of a mission. All right, so that conjunction to Saturn is, I think it's about like 2 or 3 in the morning. So, you've got all day to work with that Saturn energy. That's after 10 a.m. All right, after 4 o'clock, there is a square to the sun starting. So, again, with like, there is like an underlying tension here between you as an individual and think of all of those cancerian qualities. So maybe you're frustrated at home, maybe you as an individual are actually using the tension to change some energy that has to do with your family of origin, the old narrative. We've got Mercury retrograde, where we're revisiting all of those things of the past that we were given on a plate by people who loved us, but we didn't know any different, you know. So yeah, this evening, the square to the sun, I don't know what it's going to look like for you, but just maybe be aware of some tension in the home, all right? Because it's a sun in the Cancer, all right? And again, with all the things, the sun is now coming into its conjunction to Mercury. That is exact on the 13th at 20 degrees of Cancer. So that is the inferior conjunction. So the inferior is when Mercury is retrograde, and the superior is when Mercury is in opposite the Sun but still conjunct in alignment. All right, so um, maybe, if we are trying to figure something out during the Mercury retrograde, or we have a specific task, or we're we're on a line, I'm going to say timeline, but I just mean like you have an awareness of what the problem is that needs to be sorted at the moment. So you're like, okay, I'm revisiting or reviewing these influences. So when you have that square to the sun, the moon in Aries is I feel, I am. All right, Aries is I am. All right, so it's affecting people as themselves as an individual. So what is the tension that is caused from those hereditary patterns or those hereditary experiences? All right, so Mercury is making no other connections other than the Sun making the connection to Mercury. Venus is trine Chiron and conjunct the South Node. I like this because Chiron is in Venus's sign. So there is this energy about being proud of yourself and your accomplishments. And even if you're in a situation where all the other people are around you are frustrated and, you know, just not being aware of their actions because they are in the fields, you can stand tall and proud and have that grace and poise to just be like, you know what? Everybody around me is hurting, but I am healing, or something like that. All right. So there's that beautiful connection to Chiron in Taurus, remembering that at the moment, sensory awareness is everything. All right. Chiron in Taurus, just we've got our senses are heightened, but Venus is standing there and she's like, okay, I can feel this, I know what it is, I'm present within myself, and I can let that go. There's that connection to the South Node. All right. Blah blah blah. Mars not making any connections. Jupiter is now involved in that Babu's basket. That's it now. It's just Babu. So Jupiter coming up to that opposition to Pluto, that is going to be interesting. Like that really is going to be interesting. Here is a lot of uh, people with gigantic egos being brought down by the collective, or at least the collective calling people out. Now, if you are, I'm just going with what I'm sort of feeling right now. If you are, what's the word? You can you can be in the public light, but still not have a gigantic ego. So if you are just doing all the things you can within your means, but not trying to get all the shiny accolades. So you're using your wisdom, you're using your knowledge, you're allowing yourself to shine brightly to help the collective influence that you can see happening, rather than, like, say the person in charge of America who just wants the accolades. And what's happening? The people, Pluto and Aquarius, are like, dude, you have to fall. All right. So I just think there is also that there's a positive, beautiful influence for Jupiter opposition Pluto, but you know, you just have to be very self-aware, because we've got that, you know, oh my God, I'm just looking at so many things in a line. Just there's a lot. There's just a lot. So how are you feeling? I'll draw the card. All right, so remembering Neptune is currently completely stationary, conjunct the moon. It goes retrograde at 8:55 p.m. So pay attention to your dreams tonight. Oh my God, I think I'm having a hot flash. Whew. So yeah, Neptune in that corkscrewing, grinding. Ugh, Neptune can be so gnarly. Like, it can be such a dick as well. So, think of delusions and alcoholism, drug use, um, you know, psychosis. So, what else? Narcissism. Like, there's quite a few negative things to Neptune. Big alcoholic that he is. All right. So what's the card for today? How many do you pick up when they fly on the floor? I like this one. All right, look at that. So look at that dreamy state that she's in. And that's just completely, look at that. Is that Venus going, yes, I'm aware of the things that I need to tip out. I'm just sitting here being in my own senses, dreaming my life into existence, paying attention to the things that I am trying to bring into existence as well. So, being aware of that reticulated activating system. So, but knowing that, I still have that. See, this cup here that she's got next to her, she's got those empty ones. Yeah, I don't need that anymore. She's tipping this one out. Yeah, no, that's no good either. But I still have, I feel like this is like a slow cooker, because we are in, we are in Cancer, and we do need that, comfort food and nourishment, but also the time to rest. Yesterday I was just telling us all week, allow yourself to rest. Don't push too hard. Just do what you need to. Be aware of where you're at, what you're saying. Um, and how does that feel, guys? How does that feel? I hope I'm giving you permission to have a slow start. Get yourself ready. That 9 a.m. Neptune conjunction, 10 a.m. Pluto starts to get activated and things start to come up. 12 o'clock, that moon exactly sextile Mars gives you that energetic opportunity. After 10, the moon starts to conjunct Saturn. Again, we're aware that we're on a mission. The energy starts to come through. And then just be aware of any underlying tension tonight in the home or around those stories of your hereditary family of origin type of influences. Let yourself chill out, get rid of what's not needed, stay proud, keep that crown firmly on your head, get shit done. And that's me, guys. Oh, you're going to have to watch the replay, Heather. How are you? Mwah. All right, guys, I will definitely see you tomorrow. Just continue to, stay in the fields and just be paying attention to your mental health and what your mind and that narrative is telling you, because don't allow the fuckery to give you a bad mood. So, mwah, I'll see you tomorrow.